Hey, what's up people? And I've decided to read something from the news recently that I think will make everyone facepalm in unison. Now, Helen Mirren, or should I say Dame Helen Mirren, has been in the news recently for basically mouthing off about how she hates men who are with their girlfriends and they have their arm around their shoulders, because apparently that shows some kind of patriarchal oppression, where they're basically showing ownership, like, this is my girl, this is not your girl, old hag, or bastard, this is my girl, keep your hands off, man, you know. And I think we need to read an article about that. Now, I did try to get the original one, but my phone was acting up because the Daily Mail's fucking shit. So we're gonna read the Independent's one, which basically just tells us what she said and all. So, without further ado, let's begin. And the article starts off saying, Helen Mirren has spoken of her irritation at seeing men walking around with their arms slung around their girlfriend's shoulders, claiming the act is akin to ownership. Well, I have to warn you, Helen Mirren, you may be the sexiest old age pensioner around, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go easy on you, okay? Let's just get that out of the way. You may be a damn fine dame, but that doesn't mean you are going to get an easy ride from me. Not that you would ever get to ride me anyway, because the moment I put my arm around your shoulder, you'll fucking kick me in the balls. Speaking to the Mail on Sunday's You magazine, Mirren, 70, said that if she could give her younger self one piece of advice, it would be to use the word fuck off more frequently. So basically, Helen Mirren, you want to tell your younger self and the other younger women to basically be aggressive bitches towards men who are trying to show affection towards them. Is that it? You want women to be horrible to men, tell them to fuck off. I don't want you to own me, even though you're trying to show your affection and I really like you being in my embrace, but only on my terms. Is that it? Is that what she's getting at here? It annoys me when I see men with an arm slung around their girlfriend's shoulders. It's like ownership. Of course, when you're young, you want the guy to take your hand and look after you. Oh, so basically, Helen Mirren has this strange idea that an arm around a girl's shoulder somehow means that this man is showing ownership of her. Now, okay, let's play devil's advocate here. Let's just say that, yeah, it definitely means ownership. That doesn't mean it's necessarily bad. Because, as I've seen, and I'm sure other people have seen in life, men and women get insanely jealous of each other when they're in relationships. So, say if a man, or a woman, is talking to some man or another woman, and they're basically flirting and just having a good time, it's not really anything, you know. The person they're with in the relationship is going to get jealous and walk up to them and hold on to them just like, they're mine, bitch, you know. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a stupid thing to do. People, you know, shouldn't get so jealous and shouldn't overreact that way, but that's what people do. It's not a bad thing. It's a silly thing, but it's not a bad thing. That is as close to ownership as Helen Mirren can say it is. But the thing is, she only makes it look like it's a male thing. But it's not a male thing. I've seen girls do it all the time to other guys when they're talking to girls. All the damn time. Women in relationships hate guys not only talking to other women, but talking to their own damn male mates. Everything has to be for them. All the attention has to be put on her. Her. It has to be her. And just look at any old comedian or silly anecdote and you will see that women's attention trumps anything that the man can do in his own life. It has to be all about her. It's female entitlement. So this is actually projection on Mirren's part, and honestly, she must be going senile, because how the hell simply showing an embrace and a sign of affection to your partner can be showing you, me and everyone else, that they own this girl? Because surely a woman putting their arm near my waist close to my pocket means that they want my money. That they're only in it for the money. You see what I did there, Helen Mirren? You would say that was sexist if I said that. And the thing is, what gives her the right to tell other women and other men what to do in their relationships? What, just because she's 70 years old, she's got a fucking dame kind of title, she's been knighted by the Queen, she's an actress, she could tell other people what they can do with their lives and their relationships? No, she could fuck off. The younger Helen Mirren seems like a much cooler Helen Mirren. This Helen Mirren is the type of person who's doing a play, and rather than just go along with the show because the show must go on, she leaves the theatre, goes out because there was like a loud band playing outside or something, and tells them all to shut up, to shut the fuck up. You know, rather than actually do the play. You know, to carry on regardless, because, you know, people can still hear her, she's got a fucking microphone. She was just distracted, so she has to tell all these plebs to shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. But when I see girls being leaned on, I want to say, tell him to get his damned arm off your shoulder. Helen, please, you are not our mother. You are not the arbiter of what other people do in their relationships and how they show affection. Personally, I'm more of a holding a hand type person. Mainly because I am not that tall. I am like, what, 5'8", maybe 5'9", at a push. I am not tall enough to put my arm around a girl to show complete ownership, okay? She'd have to be 5 foot in order for me to go, you know? What the fuck? And even if I did do that, I am not showing ownership, I am just being nice to this girl. And if they have a problem with that, they have a problem with that. And I can work around it in my relationship. I don't need you to tell me how I should love my girl. And I certainly do not need people telling me how to run my life. I don't need this authoritarian bullshit, Helen. You may be a dame, but you do not have ownership over me. You do not rule me, okay? I rule myself. The Korean actress has previously spoken out about the way women are perceived publicly, calling for a halting of the use of the insulting word sassy to describe women. Jesus Christ, Mirren, you're sounding more anti-woman than the people you're complaining about. Loads and loads of women use the word sassy. Sassy is a word that they constantly use to describe themselves. Usually it's a nice way to say that they're a bitch. You know, there are very few people who are actually sassy. Most of them are bitchy. Sassy I would describe as maybe the, you know, domineering Asian mother or the domineering African American woman, you know. But most of them are bitchy, but that's besides the point, you know. That's just me joking around. But you do not have a right to tell women what they can and cannot do, and what to tell men what they can and cannot do. Women can call themselves sassy. Men don't tend to call other women sassy. It's mainly gay men who call women sassy. Are you going to complain about that? How is it insulting? Why do you have such a problem with sassy? Is it because of what I said? Because you think it makes you sound like a bitch? Well, I hate to break it to you, Helen, but you sounded like a senile bitch. You're trying to tell us what to do. You're that woman on the street, the old woman who looks out in the window at all the kids playing around and having fun and scowling like, "Bloody fucking kids, they make my life a misery," when secretly you wish you could be as free as that. You have all the money in the world, you have all the riches, you have all the talent, you keep getting all this work. You've been in Oscar-winning films, you've been in BAFTA-winning films, yet you have to be petty like this. You can't just be that cool person, that cool old person who's just a sage, who's zen-like and is just like, yeah man, you know, people, they need to chillax. No one said you have to tell people what to do, because you're a bitch. You're that bitchy old woman who makes life a misery for everyone else, okay? That is what you are, Mirren. That is what you are, and that's why you don't like the word sassy, and that is why you do not like men and women doing what they like to do, because it, for some reason, disappoints you. You just don't like people doing things that you don't like. This is all about you. This isn't about the younger Helen Mirren. This isn't about all these other young women and young men. This is about you. This is what you want them to do. I don't even know if you're a feminist or not, or just a crazy old woman, but Jesus Christ, you cannot tell people what they can and cannot do. I know I'm fucking repeating myself, but, you know, with people like you need it drummed in. Helen Mirren has decreed, she has decreed above the Queen even, that men should no longer put their arms around their women, because that is sexist. Even though gay men do it to each other as well, and best friends do it to each other, yeah, apparently she's not going to complain about that. It's all about the heterosexual guys. You know, we have to be controlled, because we're evil, domineering, we control everything, we own everything, we want to own everything, and she doesn't like it, even though this is the most privileged woman on the planet, well, one of the most privileged women on the planet, telling me how to live my life. I may be single, but I have had a few sexual partners throughout the couple of years, and I have not had this problem with them. I have never had a woman tell me that this is an ownership thing and you need to stop putting your arm around me. The only time I've had a complaint is because they think it's clingy, and that's their problem, not mine. So, Helen, you better get your head checked out, because you might have Alzheimer's. Yeah, I know, you may be shouting, ageism! But I told you I wasn't going easy on her. Now, look, I respect you as an actress. I think you're a wonderful talent. I would love to work with you if I were a director. But please, please, do not tell me how to live my life just because you're a public figure. Although that said, I'm a public figure too. But I'm not a public figure that tries to tell people what to do in their lives. I just debate people's political thoughts. And with that said, I think I'll end this video here. This has been Charming Man 93. Like and share the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all later.